Next up, we're going to be hearing from three really awesome women who are entrepreneurs, business owners, educators. We have Nita Chauhan, who is a qualified doctor who graduated from Harding Medical School in 1971. That's the only women's medical school in Southeast Asia. And now she is the principal of a grammar school in India. Garima Pande is a marketeer with over 12 years of cross-functional experience in acquisition, marketing, fintech, brand management, and experiential marketing. And she is the founder and owner of WanderingJane, a traveling business. And we also have Bonit Pen, who is from Cambodia. She's a technology entrepreneur and engineer and the co-founder of startup 606 Digital. And welcome to Nina, Garima, and Bonit. If you all could maybe introduce yourself a little bit more and talk about your businesses. Can we start with Nina?
Oh, thank you, Kate. It's so nice to be with so many awesome ladies, and I've already learned so much, right from Jane to this new app coding language, AppSheet. So we are familiar with Thunkable, but this was a real good learning experience. I'm a 72-year-old grandmom, and I qualified as a medical professional, and I have served in the army as a doctor. But for the past 20 years, I'm running my own school, catering to children who are from 3 years old to 14 years old. It's a very challenging occupation, keeps me on my toes. Plus, I'm a dog lover and an animal lover, and I love trees and, just having a beautiful environment around me. So this is about myself.
Thank you. And Garima, would you like to talk a little bit about yourself?
Right. Thanks, Kate. I run an online travel platform called WanderingJane. Our whole idea was to, speak about responsible tourism and sustainable tourism in a nice way, and also look at impact in a broader way and ensure that local tourism gets benefited the most. So how we do it is we have local experts in each part of, in different corners of the world who are activity experts, and we are a marketplace that curates all those experiences.
Thanks. And Bonit?
Thank you, Kate, and hello, everyone. My name is Bonit. I'm a co-founder and managing director of 606 Digital. We specialize in software development, so we kind of provide technology solution to small and medium-sized business here in Cambodia. Last year, we also expand our service to digital media as well. We have a project called Digital Noodle, which is a series of video and podcasts about technology and startup in our country. Yeah, and I'm glad got to meet everyone today, especially Nina and Garima. Nice to meet you all.
So Bonit, I think for the next question, we'll start with you since you have the newest business. Can you talk about some of the things that inspired you to start it up, and what are some of the barriers that you faced while you were going through that process?
Okay, so before I started my own business, I was a software developer at a local bank. So what inspired me to start is that I always think that I can do more with my times, and with the quick schedule at corporate, I always wish that I can do more. So I decided to quit and start my own thing. So for me, the greatest reward of my job is seeing the impact that my organization has on people. So the impact can be on our customers when they use our own products or services, or the impact that we have on our team. So when they see their growth in their career, stuff like that. Yeah.
Thanks. And Garima, same question to you. I know that you have, you cater to a very specific market in your business. So how did you come up with that idea, and what were some of the things that So what were some of the challenges to starting it up and getting people to buy into your idea?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there was a clear need gap. Women don't travel that easily, and especially in India, there are a lot of how do I say, social structures, a lot of mental blocks around it, and we wanted to make those more meaningful and convenient at the same time. So of course, getting people to buy into a product, mostly travel is all about, their packages and things like that, and we wanted to create wanted people to think about the reason why they like to travel. Do you like to go hike, or do you like to go learn? Are you interested in culture? Are you interested in history? And then we, wanted to kind of change that mindset. But I think in terms of struggle, I would say it was more personal. I'm an engineer myself. I think I don't know how many people are there like me who study engineering, then study MBA and suddenly become a banker out of nowhere. So that's what I did. I then kind of spent time in marketing and branding. I moved to an IT company to head their corporate marketing. And then I wanted to set this up, which was drastically different than what I had studied, what I had worked in. So I think in terms of, maybe there were not enough forums, more people you go and talk to. And, even if I was speaking about this idea to my friends, they almost looked at me as if I have a midlife crisis going on or something, to suddenly do this. So I think there were not enough forums, and this is fantastic because I think there should be more forums like these where people can talk openly, they can talk about their struggles, and you can sort of reach out, and seek help. And if I was to put a problem, I think there was a lack of mentor, and a lot of things were just trial and error and sort of waking up every day and saying, okay, let me do this, So yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, I really like what you said about mentorship, because it's, making these cross-generational connections, and that's really what this workshop is about. Nina, could you talk about maybe,
Sure,
you've had kind of like a winding road to get to where you are now. Yeah.
My road was not, not such a struggle. I have not started this school on my own. It was actually run by my parents. So I just came into it. And though I have had to work a lot to keep it going, because every year is a challenge, and there are so many institutions who are, bigger and better and more money than mine. So one has to really work hard to maintain the quality and the sincerity of what we believe in. So basically that has kept us through: an honest attitude with the children, a caring attitude, carefully structured environment, where the child is safe because we cater to very young children. So their safety, security is of prime importance, and we have tried to maintain it. So that is my story. So it has been like a family's journey for a very long time now, and I'm just continuing. Like Jane said, it's not in one lifetime you cannot achieve you just continue somebody else's struggle, and hopefully after me somebody else will continue this journey. So this is how things will shape out.
You mentioned keeping all of the students safe, and I know that COVID has been hitting all of our communities around the world very hard and in very different ways. How have you and your students and the families been impacted, and how have you been able to adjust?
COVID was a real shock to all of us, and it came very suddenly and very quickly. In March, we all had to shut down, and then we thought maybe for 2 weeks or 3 weeks at the most. We never expected it to last a year. So, but once the lockdown, and then there was absolute lockdown in India for 2 months, everything stopped. So then we had to quickly figure out a way to teach the children online with online education. So my son rallied around, and he put everything. We went into Google Suite and Google for Business, and then he made a platform. And of course, Tara, and this, because of COVID and all the technology that is available to us in these days, it really helped me she was my guiding light, and the daily counseling and how to keep the children sincerely motivated and happy, and all that happened because of COVID. And we have suddenly felt the importance and appreciated the facilities that we have in this present day and age, which had I been, 10 years ago, all this facility wouldn't have been available to me. So, I would say that in a way, COVID has been a blessing. It has taught us many new things. And not only me, I think the children of my school have adjusted to this new way of learning in a very good way. And I chat with them on a daily basis. We used to have an assembly when the school was like every school has. We get together in the morning and then we have a prayer, and now I do it online, and which is a very big thing for me. So COVID has been a big setback in some ways. Of course, a lot of businesses have been lost, and the clientele, the children that I have, the numbers dwindled, but we've managed to survive, and I have managed to pay keep my staff and my teachers paid, which I think for a small school like mine is a good thing, which we managed in spite of COVID.
Thanks. Yeah, it's really important that everyone is able to shift and learn very quickly, but like very deeply as well, and like having the support systems needed to be able to do that. Garima, how, you are a travel business, how have you been able to shift and maybe like move some of your resources online to your clients?
Well, I think one takes inspiration from people around, and after what Man said, I think it's truly acceptance, I think, was the very first thing that one had to do, and just accept that the whole world is going through this. It's going to be for the long haul, so you have to put a solution together. And no better way than unlearning, relearning. I think technology really changed things, and something beautiful that COVID has given is this lovely term called phygital, which is being over abused everywhere across the world now, but it's fantastic. I love it. So that's what we did. We did phygital travel, and while people couldn't, the same network of our local experts, who were hosting a dance sort of workshop in a small town in Spain, we could host that workshop online. There, Bali is known for cooking trips, and we had so many women go there and spend time and kind of, in that slow down trip. And we sort of started, hosting that class online. We did healing from Thailand, yoga from India. We did whole sorts of crazy things, and just made sure that physical and digital could be combined, and we can provide that phygital economy, and the same sort of experts could be utilized in a different way. I think more than anything else, sanity, mental health, community, network was top priority, and it really, really helped to bring in technology in the best way possible.
Phygital, that's physical and digital, right? That's what you said.
Yeah.
That's I know that before, but that's a really good term, and your programs sound really cool. I want to participate at some point.
Awesome. Yes, of course.
Ronit, how have you been during COVID with your business as a new business and a more tech-based business? Oh, you're muted.
Yeah, sorry. So I think my business was less impacted because we was on digital already. So the software development got more demand during COVID. However, the new business that we expand to the media side, we cannot conduct, offline interview or the service that we provide usually face to face. So it was a bit challenging. But I think it was all right after a month, and then we have to think that So first, when COVID happened in February, most of us in Cambodia think that, okay, we survived a lot of other virus and we take COVID for granted. I believe just like other people as well. So we believe that COVID will, be gone in like a month or two, but it's just longer than that. So we adopt and change the way that we do like our job to a lot more digital. For example, we can do online interview through Zoom a lot of time, and it worked quite well. So the digital tool play very important part in Cambodia, and most of the time we didn't really use the tool. And I think one thing that like Nina mentioned, just like in Cambodia, the good thing about COVID is that we got a lot of online education online, and Ministry of Education also produced a lot of content during the COVID-19. So that is the bright side of the pandemic, I guess.
Thanks. And we're kind of running short on time, so I think I'll just skip to one of the last questions that I had, and that is, what advice would you give to someone, a woman of your own age, who is thinking of starting their own business or starting up their own company or organization? Voni, can we start with you?
Yeah, thank you. So I think to all the young women who wanted to start your own business, I think firstly you have to believe in yourself, that whether you think you can do it or you cannot do it, you will be right. So it's better to believe that you can do it first and then just try it out. A lot of things you cannot guarantee it work or it doesn't work until you actually do it. So firstly, believe in yourself and just do it.
Garima?
Yeah, I think collaborate, look out, seek out for people. A lot of people do those mistakes and they are learnings, and I think it's very important to learn from them, because nobody wants to waste time. And a lot of times when you keep repeating those mistakes, it kinds of get into that loop of discouraging yourself. So reach out to people. There are more than enough number of people, and I've learned it, who are ready to help, who are ready to mentor you, who are ready to spend time. And I think it's a no-brainer to say, please invest in technology, upskill yourself. There are very, very easy tools available. The program itself, here says girls and grandmoms funded. If grandmoms can code, there is nothing that should be stopping people today to upskill themselves. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. And Nina, do you have any advice for women that are, a little bit older? Yeah.
This is a sort of a coding platform. I would say every woman should code. And I have been learning how to code with my grandchildren. And we've learned how to use Thunkable. And I made an app, which was quite an amazing thing for me, because I never thought, I could get the hang of coding at my age. But thanks to my daughter's inspiration and bulldozing me, in fact, I learned, and we, learned, and I, with both my granddaughters, they coached me very patiently. And I have, so basically I would like to say to all women that women have a remarkable talent. They are multitaskers. And I think no woman, whether educated or uneducated, should feel, less than anybody else. We all have a talent to succeed. And we do that every day in our own homes. In every small thing that we do, we use a lot of talents right from the moment we wake up. So I think hats off to all women and mothers and grandmothers and young women, is that we have the potential to do a great job and start wonderful businesses. And in India, and in this last year, I have read about so many grandmothers who have started businesses from their own kitchens. People have started making sweets and selling it to neighbors, and women have started doing, handcraft, embroidery and stitching clothes, because so many of the businesses which their men ran shut down. So the women had to take the brunt of the, earning for the family. And all women have that talent of giving and caring for the rest of the family. So that is, I think we are particularly blessed in that way. That's all that I have to say to you.
Well, thank you so much to the all of you. It's been a privilege to just learn from from you. You have such different backgrounds, and to have you all in one place has been really great. I think some of the big themes that we've talked about are to just keep learning, right? Throughout your life, there's always something else that you can learn, and there's always room for you. But sometimes you just kind of have to make your own space.